Alright, we're back at it yet again for the third episode of the day. We're currently filming the third episode of the day. In this episode of Radio Reviews, we're going to be taking a look at a white Tetris T-block. Pretty much of old sayings from like 2017, 2018, that Thunderbuddy Owen called this radio a Tetris T-block. And one of his weather radio collection videos. So in this episode of Radio Reviews, we're going to be taking a look at the AlertWorks EAR10 WH. It's literally just a black EAR10 with all the features in it, basically white. Alright, so the overview of this radio. This radio is missing the weather button because I got excited one day when there was a special weather statement and I accidentally pushed the button in so hard. Like, I smacked this motherfucker like I'd smack a girl's ass. I mean, what? So the weather button's gone on this one. On the front, you got your public alert logo, your NOAA, got your backlight, which is orange. It says, oh, my mirror's kind of reflecting off of the radio, but, you got your NOAA logo, you got your time. Can't really see it, but you got your NOAA logo, your time, your AM or PM, you got your warning watch advisory lights, AlertWorks on the bottom, NOAA the radio logo. On the side, you got your backlight dimmer switch. It's a dimmer switch. You got the low or high backlight. You got your weather radio on/off switch to turn off the NOAA functions. We'll discuss the feature about that in the next. Well, not the next feature. On the back, you got your speaker with your DC port. You got your external alert and your external antenna port. On this side, you got nothing. On the bottom, you got your room for your batteries, your model information. And on the top, you got your weather radio notification thingy that tells you if the weather radio is on or off. You got your up, left, right, down buttons. You got your menu button. You got your select button. You got your weather button, which is gone, like I mentioned. And the volume down and up button. And you got your antenna, which again, the tip is broken off, unfortunately, so, yeah. There's a sneak peek of the next episode, so, spoiler alert. Alright, next feature, button beeps and the siren test. And cut. Alright, so the button beeps, here's your invalid button beeps. And your valid button beeps. Just what? So this is the valid button beep. Invalid. The invalid is 2 button beeps. On most radios, it's invalid. So for 2. And the siren test. To go to the siren test, you just the menu. Oh yeah, to do another blooper. I'd like to rap about this radio. This radio is so really good at making music. Oh yeah. There's a little thing. It's not a glitch. It's just when you test the weather radio when the weather radio is turned off. Well, the weather button, the weather radio is off, and you test the siren, it makes that noise. So why don't we get into the next feature? And I'm actually going to describe this feature since I cannot really I can't really demonstrate unless I self-activate this radio. And I'm like really bad at self-activation, like, because I don't even have an iPad. So I'm going to go ahead and describe it. And cut to the next scene. Okay, so the next feature we're discussing about this radio was the safety feature. For people who actually own an EAR10 might know about this feature. So this feature is a really, and I mean a really fucking great feature that should be added to all weather radios. All weather radios should have this feature where if you receive a high priority alert, such as a tornado warning, the radio will ignore. So if you have this radio on display, right? You have this radio on display because, like, you know, you don't like hearing, like, I don't know, like 60 different weather radios go off at once, but you just want this radio only. I don't really know how to briefly describe it in my words. But basically, if you receive a high priority alert and the radio is actually turned off or it's on display, the radio will ignore that and will actually cut straight to the broadcast and play the siren. And the radio will ignore the fact that it's on display and play the siren. I think that is a really good feature and a really life-saving feature that most weather radios should have. Even if the weather radio is turned off, it'll still work. You can go ahead and check out the original review of this radio. So, I guess you could briefly describe it. It's by Clay Ranger 143. Yeah, I know, he's dead. He's a pedophile. We get this shit, okay? I still love his radio reviews, and we're still reviewing, so, he has more on that. So, if you want to go check out the original review, just search up radio reviews of Little Rick's EAR10. Alright, next feature will be the speaker quality. Alright, so it's currently muted.
Chance of rain 70% for Friday night. Brisk. Much colder.
This radio speaker is pretty good.
Becoming partly cloudy.
Pretty
A
bad.
chance of snow and rain. Lows in the mid.
You can't really hear it because, like, this antenna is really short and puny, like an Asian penis. I mean, what? Actually, I don't know if that's sexist or racist. I don't even know, but this antenna is really short, like Asian pee-pee. Asian rooster. Alright, enough with the sex jokes. Like, seriously, I don't want to get terminated. Don't cancel me out for saying that. Alright, well, yeah. So, why don't we get to the next feature, and that'll be the reception. So, this is going to be a controversial feature. Running through the parking lot, you chased me and you wouldn't stop. Tag, you're it. Alright, enough Melanie Martinez references, or I love her music. So, the reception on this Thunderbolt siren that is actually starting to kind of go away, because, this thing has been here for over, like, 2 weeks, and, yeah, this thing has been here since New Year's, so, yeah. Here's the dog barking. Here's the dog. Alright, next feature, and that'll be the reception.
With a temperature of 45.
I think he wants to come out. Hi. Alright, enough fucking around with the dog. fuck, the battery came out. We should have a battery door to this. We should go over to my lovely little DXing area. And then we'll go ahead and discuss it. You can't really get much from this. Due to the design of the antenna. Can't really get much from this. Can't really, hi. Alright, can't really get much of this. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and see what. Come on, this has to get KC65. Like, half the time, the only time this radio even works is literally when you're actually like, when it only works in a tropo. Yeah, you can't even half the time get this radio to even work. Unless you're in some sort of tropo. However, please notice we are actually DXing during the day. Please notice we're actually DXing during the day instead of DXing during the night. DXing during the day is a lot more different than DXing during the night. DXing during the night is a lot better because you got more. I don't really know why DXing during the night is better than DXing during the day. I guess the tropo has something to do with it. But literally, the only time you can get this radio to work is literally when you're in a tropo or you have an external antenna connected to the radio. Excuse me. When you have an external antenna connected to this, it works, but you just have to fidget around with it a little bit. So, again, this reception feature was a bit controversial, and my throat's kind of hurting from filming these episodes and features from back to back. So, I mean, yeah. Why don't we get into the next feature, and that'll be the backlight dimmer. Alright, so to demonstrate this feature, we have to actually turn the backlight on. This radio's backlight's usually turned off, so I'm going to trap myself in this garage, like I'm going to trap myself in here. And don't worry, I can get out of here, y'all. Boom. So now we're in the garage trapped. See it? Alright, now you can see the feature a bit better. So you can see the backlight, right? That's on its high brightness. So say like you want this on continuous all the time so you can know what the time is, or you just like this as a nightlight. Well, if you don't want it that bright, you can just flip the switch down, and that's the lowest setting it can do. Really, it's kind of a great feature and a kind of a bad feature. It's not a bad feature at all. It's just, you know, this thing, I don't really use this radio during the night all the time. Like, the backlight's usually off on mine. All my radios are set to normal backlight. Because I do, especially the 519, like, I cannot sleep with that on. So, that's really nice. And plus, having the backlights on all the time, actually, you can burn out the backlight. So, like, if you do this, like, all the time, the radio's backlight can overall, like, it can go dim. It just went dim because, like, the radio's backlight just went dim because, you know, has its limits. Like, I believe it's 5 seconds. Hang on. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, it's 5 seconds. There's like 5 second delay in it, so until it shuts off. So that's nice. Why don't we get into the next feature, and that'll be the final thoughts. And we're actually gonna review it. We're actually gonna discuss it in the dark. So because I'm emo, I'm not emo. I'm just joking. Oh shit! Damn, that actually fucking scared me. All right, next feature, and that'll be, it's not a feature, the final thoughts. Okay, so the final thoughts on this radio. Oh, she's just leaving, okay. So this radio is really good. Even for a starter, I'd recommend this. I feel like this radio was really great, even though the reception is not so great, and literally I can only receive this on channel 4 half the time. I can receive it on channel 3 with an antenna, with an external antenna on it. With an external antenna connected to the radio, I can receive. But I cannot receive it when there's no external antenna for most stations. If I want to receive, put this on KJY80. If you want to know how I actually got the weekly off of it, I actually had an external antenna connected to it. This radio is really good, has some really neat life-saving features. However, you must be pretty close to a transmitter in order to get this to work. The radio is overall really good. Really recommended for a starter as well. Even though the WR120 is it's the GOAT for starting. The GOATed radio for starting. This radio is really nice. I love it. And this radio is even considered rare. AlertWorks radios are pretty rare now. You don't really see them. You have to pay like nearly $60 for this stuff, but this radio, I actually got lucky enough back in 2020. You sick years, I get it. So yeah, that's it for this video. If you like what you see, subscribe to the channel. We'll definitely film that one next.